2011 has been an extremely rough year. It seems like every day you turn on the news and you hear of another tornado, earthquake, hurricane, or some other natural disaster. Hi, I'm Captain Mike Wheeler of the Park Forest Fire Department. I'm here with Lieutenant Steve Bobzin. Lieutenant Bobzin is the Emergency Management Coordinator for the Village of Park Forest. Lieutenant Bobzin, as the Emergency Management Coordinator, what is your role in the Village of Park Forest?
Good afternoon, Captain Wheeler. As the Emergency Management Coordinator, my main responsibility is to work with the different departments and administrators within those departments to create preparedness plans that will meet the all hazards approach that most local municipalities are trying to defend against. As the Emergency Management Coordinator, my role is to find out from the federal government what mandates there are for training and to make sure that the training is available to all the first responders that should be responsible for actually coming to the aid of our local citizens. In addition to that role, I also am responsible for the Emergency Operations Center and for developing and maintaining an emergency operations plan within the Village of Park Forest.
I understand that this is National Preparedness Month. What can people do to prepare themselves during this month, or is there a reason why this month was chosen?
National Preparedness Month is an annual campaign to encourage the American citizens to take steps to prepare for emergencies within their home, schools, local organizations and businesses, and within the community as a whole. The National Preparedness Month is led by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, and is also sponsored by the READY campaign in partnership with the Citizens Corps. Every September, and this is the 8th annual one, they choose September to be the month that they want individuals to be aware and to do more in preparing at the local level for emergencies that should befall a community.
Okay. How do you overcome the mindset that many people in a town like Park Forest, which is a small town, that it just can't happen here?
Most local communities can possibly have that thought process. However, with the events that have happened over the last several decades, Plainfield had a tornado that devastated their whole community. Utica, Illinois, these are Illinois cities, had a tornado that devastated their community. We all know what happened on 9/11. Now that was in a big city. In a local area such as Park Forest, we've had localized events that have happened in our community that were serious of nature. We had a flood in 2008 in all of Cook County, and again in 2010. We had a tornado that hit in the local community next door to us, Richton Park, in I believe 2008, 2009. In 2010, we had a tornado that hit Park Forest. And most recently, as everybody remembers, back in February, we had a blizzard that could have been worse than it was if the winds had lasted for several days. Individuals would have been on their own for a while. That being said, I think the fact that it can happen here is a better analogy than it can't happen here, and that's why we feel that individuals should prepare.
Okay, so how can individuals prepare for that type of a disaster? You're talking about blizzards and tornadoes. There's a wide range of different types of events that occur. Is there certain things they can prepare that will take care of all those events?
Basically, what this campaign is all about is getting the citizens aware of what preparations are in place currently and what preparations they can do on an individual home basis to make themselves more ready for such an event. Individuals can check with their local schools, with their businesses, their workplace, and find out if they have an emergency plan in place and what that emergency plan is. Become familiar with it. Another thing that you can do is have an emergency plan for yourself at your home. Who you're going to call in an emergency, how you're going to get the word out that you're okay. Phone lines are usually inundated with all kinds of incoming and outgoing calls during an emergency, and you may not be able to get out. One of the things that they found that text messaging is easier to get out. So if you give text messaging to your friends and relatives, and we recommend you do it to people that are outside of the local community, they can spread the word for you. That would be part of your plan. Having this telephone tree or text message tree so that the word is out that you're okay. And as we're talking about cell phones and text messaging, the village offers a service that will assist in getting information out to the public called Code Red. Code Red is a system that you sign up for that you can get off of our website that allows you to get different text messages from the village on emergencies and emergency things that are going on that you can have valuable information from. That would tell you whether or not there was a boil order possibly, or road closures, or other important information that would assist you in time of an emergency.
I understand that it's also possible that somebody at work, if somebody was working downtown, they could get a text message from Code Red downtown that would let them know what would be going on here in Park Forest, and if they had children in a school or something, that might be some valuable information that they could use.
Absolutely. Once you sign up with Code Red, you give the phone numbers that you want to be contacted, and those phone numbers will then in turn be the ones that are used to generate the messages that are sent out. So if you give a cell phone, you'll get the text message there. You'll get the voice message on your home phone. These are all things that are part of the Code Red service. And we strongly recommend that the citizens of Park Forest sign up for Code Red. Another thing that you can do is have an emergency kit. And having that kit available in time of emergency will go very far to you being prepared.
Just what is an emergency kit?
Well, an emergency kit basically is a supply list that you keep readily available so that if in time of an emergency you have items that will assist you during that event. What we've done is we've put together a emergency kit, a basic kit that any person can put together. And the basic kit has things like water, and what they recommend is you have 1 gallon of water per person for at least a 3-day supply. Food, non-perishable items. We have shown here, we have some MEUs, which are pre-prepared non-perishable items that you can put together fast, along with canned goods. These are items that won't spoil and you can keep for longer durations of time. A battery-operated weather radio would be something that we recommend that you have so you can find out what's going on. And it has to be battery operated because in the event of an emergency, the power is probably going to go out. Flashlights with extra batteries, a first aid kit, just a basic first aid kit that you can get at any hardware store or any Walmart or any Ace Hardware or Lowe's. A whistle. Why do you have a whistle? Well, if something happens and you can't get out of your house, or you need to get notification outside the house when the first responders are showing up, you have a whistle so that they can hear you. Dust masks, that would be in case there's any kind of pollutions in the air. Plastic sheeting and duct tape. One of the things that came out a while back was to shelter in place. And when you shelter in place, you basically put up the duct tape and the sheeting on the windows to help keep the air inside the home of a better quality. Moist towelettes, garbage bags, plastic ties. These are for sanitation personal items, putting things in the bag and sealing them up. Tools, wrenches, pliers, things that you can use to shut off your utilities. Those would be good things to have in this basic kit. A can opener. Yeah, obviously, if we're having canned prepared foods, you need a can opener, open it up. Local maps of the area so that you know basically where you can go or how to get out of an area, because what happens is a lot of times that the street signs and things may be down and you need maps to find your way around. And a phone, cell phone, and a charger. We recommend that you have a charger for your car. A car charger, because if your power's out, you can't use the charger in your home, but you could always use the battery off of your car to charge your phone. That's basically what's in a standard basic survival kit.
Well, that's interesting. That's great information. Is there some place that the citizens can go to find more information out about an emergency kit, about National Preparedness Month?
Well, in closing, let me just say a few things. We recommend that you have a plan in place, come up with the things you're going to be needing to make sure that you can get the word out. Having a survival kit, that's a simple thing to do that you can put together fairly easily. You can also go to our website, which is pffd.vopf.com, and on there's a link to National Preparedness Month. You go to that, you hit the site there, and that'll take you to FEMA, and FEMA will take you to ready.gov. Ready.gov is the organization that is sponsoring or co-sponsoring the Ready campaign and National Preparedness Month, and you can get all the information that I've laid out here, along with a lot of other valuable information to make your home, your family as prepared and as safe as possible.
Safety is what it's all about. Thank you very much for listening to us today, and
Thank you.
Thank you.